So last time we went and picked this up, we found that it wouldn't start. We checked a few things and we discovered that the compression was 110 psi. So let's start tearing it apart, see what we come up with, and I hope you enjoy it. There's Loctite on these. Loctite is stopping it from coming off. There we go. Let's crack the tank. Get some fuel to go back. They need to be changed. Carb comes off. Everything's been Loctited. They never used to Loctite things, so it's kind of curious. Gasket's ripped, but we can pop a new one on there. That's not an issue. That's nice and convenient. Get the fuel tank out of the way. I can go sit outside. That's off, that's off. Let's flip her upside down. Did I get them all? So next we'll pop this flywheel key off. It spins that way. You think it will come off lefty-loosey? Let's have a look. Yeah, it is lefty-loosey. Out comes this. Out comes our little fan. It does all the hard work. Expose our coil and flywheel and all that good stuff. That broke. I don't want to put any heat on it. I guess if it breaks, we can still pull it off. No, that one came off all right. We need to get that bolt out. We'll put some heat on there. Put a little bit of mix, what do you call it? Acetone and ATF. Touch more heat. Touch more ATF. I've got a whole bunch of these bolts so they can go back on. And then we just need some vice grips. I might have to square the sides off, but we'll see, to give us a bit of purchase. There we go. That's loose. Yeah, always be careful putting a flame near a coil like that. It just looks like a little M4. I'll just grab a spare M4 out of here. We have one. Now, where did I put that other bolt? I put it down here. You two. There we go. There we we go. I'll tell you what, let's get rid of this, because otherwise I know I'm going to lose parts, and you know I'm going to do it too.
Maybe I'm telling for you, but it isn't for me.
Yeah, this is covered. My guess with the way this looks is the owner was running stale fuel through it. It wasn't combusting properly. That's my guess, just looking at it. It shouldn't look like this inside the crankcase. It's super dirty in there. That's really just dirty old oil. Oh, it's not nice, guys. It really is not nice. Let's see if we can zip that bolt off here. It's going to blow up in a flame. No. Not much, because these are bearings under here. You don't want to damage anything. But you need to hold that still. I haven't got anything to grip it with. So think about this. I want to grip it without damaging the gasket. Is that going to work? I don't want to damage this nut either. I'm going to have to try something with a bit more oomph. I can't get my piston out without you coming off. The darn thing is a reverse thread. Anyway, it didn't beat me. I win. I just need to make a new gasket for it. Then this should technically just slip up, he says, with more confidence than he probably should do. Why are you not just slipping up? How do you get that out? What's going on? Yeah, that has to go that way. Right, I'm going to go over to my press. The only way that this can come out is by going that way. So that's firm up against there. It won't allow you. That's super point. At no point of that rotation can that come out. Has to be that way. I'm gonna go get a face shield on, because if this pops anywhere, yeah, you don't get yourself another set of eyes. No, you see, that's not even. That's moved it, but it's so interesting. I can't figure this out. I'm gonna try. Bit of a last resort. Is to see if I can tap it through with the punch rather than pressing it. I feel like there's only one or two ways that this could have been put together, and this is one of them. Ah, are we getting some movement there? Maybe. But I don't break anything. I don't want to break nothing. Let me go get the other one. But I know that I've actually taken this one off before. You see, it's got a circlip there. This one's got a circlip there. Let's see what happens when we take the circlip off. You see that? There you go, it's off. My belief is that this taps out that way. Yeah, you see that does. That's exactly what it does. So that one does, then that means that this one should, doesn't it? You're just being a pig. Heat. Maybe you need some persuasion. Couple hammer blows. Now it's finally moving. Woo, we're getting there. Finally. There we go. Finally. Woo! You're out. I win. Woo! Can you, have you got any idea how that's going to go back in? My goodness, it's going to be a nightmare. Right, let's have a look at the piston. Oh, you know what? It's not actually damaged. It's just stuck. The ring is just, The ring is, just stuck in place. All that carbon is the reason why we've got no compression. Yeah, look, this ring is stuck in place. Cheap oil, old oil, there it is, just got it out. Is the reason why that is the way it is. So that's scuffed there, but that's wear, that's not the end of the world. The skirt's not terribly thin, but look at, it's just covered, absolutely covered in carbon, incomplete combustion deposits, and it's just stuck this ring in. That's the first time I've actually come across this. Question is, how are we going to get it out? Now this is certainly worn here. Almost tempted to put different piston in. I've got the other piston, which we could take out, because that is certainly a worn skirt, and that quite possibly could be carbon squaring, because there is lots of very, very fine vertical lines. Could just be that it's just a cheap machine. I mean, we could get that other piston out and we can have a look, and maybe we'll just swap the piston. I don't think that's going to come out, you know. I don't even think heat's going to help that out. Can I release it from this one? It's well and truly stuck in there, isn't it? Little hammer, little taps. There we go. Now we're underneath it. Let's free this up this side. It broke. I thought that was going to happen. It broke on me. It is just packed. Let's take this one out, and we'll have a look at the piston in this one. Okay, let's have a look at this one then. This one is one I've cleaned up before, and the ring is actually a different size. It's actually a totally different piston. Oh, unless that's just the exhaust side. That makes more sense. Yeah, that's right. No, so it's the same. I think the piston rings are a different size though. This is the original. Oh, it's not looking good in there. There's a lot of varnish-sized fuel. Yeah, but there's no damage as such. That was one I had actually cleaned up before. You can see how bad it was. And what it was doing was it was sticking to the cylinder as it got hot, and it would load up. That's that one. This one. Can I get that off? Oh no, I've got that on there. Let's take that off. That goes off. Goes on there. This one. Oh, the rings. I forgot I broke it. That's not going to be any good to compare. So that's the intake. That's that side. We could just clean it up. There's no play in the rod there. There's nothing wrong there. There's nothing wrong there. I don't see why we couldn't do that, guys. I really don't. It's going to need a clean out, but it feels like there's enough compression. Until we got it back together, we can't really tell. There you go. How does that look to you? That looks tight to my eye, almost too tight. Alright, let me get some information out and we'll measure it. Piston ring end gap. What did I have written down? So, piston ring end gap. 34mm bore. So the tightest we can go is 0.136. So we need a feeler gauge and just check that we're not tighter than that. No, we're not. That's basically bang on 0.34. So that's going to be fine. Oh, we better check the other end, better we? Because that's the loosest part. The bottom of the bore is the tightest part. Let's just check this end. Oh yeah, loads of gap in there. I'm not even going to look at the loosest, that's fine. That's all I need to know. Right, that's all cleaned out. Okay, so I've given it a bit of a brush off and made sure there's no sharp edges or any scuffing on this new piston which came out of this engine. I've had that for at least a year and a half, if not longer. That will need to clean off before it goes back together. That is an old ring. That is that. Right, let's put a little bit of oil in there. All in there. Good. And some oil. And we'll pop this back in. This is a delightful, my favourite, Amsoil Sabre. Just love it. That's the exhaust. That goes into there. This has got a tapered, so that can go on like that. And that we need to align like that, and we ain't gonna lube that. Like that, there we go. Now we're in line. I reckon a couple more of those, and I'll be laughing. Right, good. Now that's extended the crankshaft through and we're aligned. We now need to put that onto here. That's it. I reckon. Oh, we've got a tiny bit more to go. I reckon that's exactly where we want to be. Now, just to make sure we haven't put any preload on the bearing. Alright, if you're happy happy there. I'm happy there. All right, that's good. Let's see what the compression is, because there's no point in going much further if the compression sucks. And we'll do it with putting a drill on here. Which way do we need to spin it? To the right. And that's good, that'll tighten the bolt. Right, let's see what the compression is. We'll get a rough idea. If it's, if it's still one sort of 120, 125, 130, I probably won't continue, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's give her a tickle. Feels good. Right, are you going to be able to hang there, or are you going to... It's going to break my arm. Oh, look at that. Just under 200 PSI. That's worth doing up. Nice. Now we know we've got good compression. Now, of course, we have got some assembly oil in there. That is going to make a difference. It's probably closer to 180, but you never know. Okay, that's on, that's on, that's on. Pretty darn clean. Let me just scratch with the wire wheel for a sec. So we do this. Yeah. That's there, and that goes on, and it's not going to touch nothing. That looks good. There's my little cover. You go on. My little deflector can go on there. Little air deflector. Can we save this leaf blower with just the tools we've got? Now, earlier I rounded off the end of this. Can you see? We're going to have to sand the tip and then it works again. Let's go do that real quick. There we have, once I've taken the source out, more life from the tool. Yeah, I abused it. I put it on a 450, no, what do they make? 400 pounds? I don't know. You're about to die. I need to go charge you up. Okay guys, so I went to charge you after fixing that T15 or T20. And I decided just get it put back together. I've only got a few minutes left before I shouldn't really run it anymore. I thought, get it back together. So I spent 40 minutes zipping it all back together, clean the carb out, put a new purge bulb on there, and we'll just see if it runs with this totally different piston in this engine. We will see. I have no idea. I can't find the tube. I've been looking for like 15 minutes. I'm trying to remember where I put it, but I just can't. We'll see what we can do. No promises. If it doesn't work, it'll be another video. Let's get you set up and we'll go from there. I do apologize for the wind. Can't help it. Right, I think we're closed on L. We are. So we're going to open half, 1 1/4. Choke goes on to full rabbit. I've already given it a couple of pumps. Not a good start. It's not enough. It was on 4 out for some reason. I'm not sure why. Let's turn choke off and we'll give it a few pulls. No, that's 1.5. Sorry, that's 1 1/4. Let's go 1 1/2. Half, 1 1/2. I should have bought the spark plug tool, shouldn't I? Run, on, you're on. Do you want choke? Full choke? much, did it? Try here. I'm going to stand back a bit. No, it does surprise me it was so far out. But then every engine's slightly different. Oh, and this is one that feeds the high and low. Ah, that might be why it's 4. Half, 1, half, 2, half, 3, half, 4. Let's just try it. It probably won't work, but we'll try it. Choke, full throttle. Yeah, so this I had a look when I saw it in the carb. It's a single drilling that feeds both the low and the high, and that's why the screw is so far out. So go on to run. We got it. So, a quick recap. We collected it from the dump. We got it home. It wouldn't start. It was flooding out. We checked a few different things. It turned out to be compression. We took the whole engine apart. We had a nightmare trying to get the piston out. We got it out. We saw the ring was stuck. So then we found another engine. We took the counterweight and the piston and the connecting rod, all those 3 pieces, put it into, cleaned them up as well. And that was from another machine that I saved, but I decided to keep it for parts because I didn't have the rest of the strimmer head had problems and all that. So I put that piston that was scored and scuffed, I cleaned that up. This was about 1.5 years ago, and then ended up putting it back into this machine. So now all this needs is for me to find the tube before I can do the proper final tune, because that will apply a bit more pressure, a bit more load to the engine. So we'll have to probably tweak that tune just a little bit. I just don't know where I put it. But there we go, that is a wrap. I'm really, really happy, and I haven't changed anything in the carb. I just cleaned it out. Fuel filter's fine. Fuel lines, yeah, I mean, they're still a bit soft, but I might change those out. We will see. Maybe I'll just sell it like this. And I'm so happy. Let's give it a restart. Oh, actually, I'll start it up on the ground because I sucked up a load of stuff in here. That'll fly out. I just had so much fun. I had so much fun. So for those of you that have watched all 3 of the 3 episodes, I don't know if I'll upload it in 1, whether I'll upload it in 3, I don't know. But this is all the same day. I collected it this morning at 11 o'clock and it's now 5:25. So spent 6 hours on it, and well, I had lunch actually, so about 5 hours. But it was good fun. It was a nice challenge. It was cool to be able to save parts from another engine that was also blown up and or scored and scuffed, because that one actually was really tricky to start, but eventually it would, and then it would die. And that's the thing that I want to show you guys, how you can clean a piston like that if you find that it's just running and dying, and it turns out it's all scored and transferred between the cylinder wall and the piston, but piston skirt. So there we go. Fixed. All right guys, thanks for watching. Catch you soon.